Hey everyone, my name is Alex and this is the Nemo Aurora Highrise. It's crazy big. So I got to use this tent for a good 4 days on my most recent road trip. We went out to the Black Hills of South Dakota and then to Grand Teton National Park. I've also used this in northern Wisconsin just a couple weeks ago. And the specific Aurora Highrise that I'll be going over is the 4-person model. They also have a 6-person model, which that thing's gotta be massive. Like, this one's huge. That thing's gotta be crazy, crazy big. With that said, here are the specs on the 4-person Nemo Aurora Highrise. This is a freestanding 3-season tent, not a 4-season, 3-season. The total packed weight is 15 pounds, 14 ounces, or just under 16 pounds. Its peak height is 75 inches, or 6'3", and the entire floor area is 62.5 square feet. It's got a lot of room on the inside. The floor dimensions are 90 inches by 100 inches, or 7.5 feet by like 8.3 feet. It's just slightly rectangular. And there is a vestibule area of 9.5 square feet on both sides, on the front and on the back. There's also a double door at the front and a single door on the back side. It is made out of polyester and it comes in just this one color, this blue color, which Nemo calls it Atoll or Oasis. Atoll/Oasis. I'm more of a fan of like earthy toned looking tents, but this one looks pretty good. Now that we have covered all of the specs, let's take a look at all of the features on this tent. So first off, the poles are some beefy guys. They're really, really big. They are made out of aluminum. So there are 4 poles with the tent. There are 2 that go diagonally across, and then 1 that goes on the front and 1 that goes on the back. The 2 diagonal ones are roughly 20 feet long, where the front and the back ones are like about 10. I never measured it and it doesn't say on Nemo's website, but that's about as long as they are. They're really long. Also, what's nice is this tent actually has a vestibule. I don't see many camping style tents that have like a backpacking style vestibule, and it's super nice. There's enough room, you can put your shoes there, you can put your bag there, whatever you need, and it's gonna stay dry and out of the rain. But it is really nice to have that vestibule in a larger camping style tent. What I also like is the different ways that you can get inside the tent through the vestibule, either on one side, both sides, or right in the middle, where the vestibule actually becomes an awning. Like I said before, there are 2 doors on the front and then also 1 door on the back. Now, along with the doors, there are these little clips that hold the doors open. Nemo calls them gatekeeper clips. I actually didn't know that until I looked that up. Before using this tent, I have never really seen those kind of clips before, and they're actually pretty nice. They work better than the little like fold through plastic tab thing. So I've gotten to use this tent a few times now camping, and pretty much both the times that I've used it recently, it has rained, which is good because it gave me a good test of the rainfly. And the rainfly is super durable. We never had a drop of water inside the tent and it held strong. The first time that we used this tent in the rain, it rained really hard and there was no signs of any wear or tear on the rainfly. It's very, very durable. So what's super important to me is that there's a rainfly that completely covers the tent. I hate when you get cheaper tents like I did with that cheap Amazon tent where the rainfly is just this tiny square on the top. That does nothing. Water's gonna get in on the sides. What I love about this tent is that the rainfly completely covers the entire tent. It also just comes with regular stakes. There's nothing special to them. They're just regular metal stakes, but like the poles, they're pretty beefy too. Boom! Another thing too, the front door is really, really big, which is sweet. The whole thing just opens all the way up. So now inside the tent, like I said, this thing is huge. Someone who's about 6'3" could stand up inside this thing. I'm like 5'10", so I got plenty of room in the middle, but on the sides, you know, it's not as tall on the sides. So the peak height is about 6'3". So another thing that's cool is the design of the floor. I've never seen a tent with this kind of floor design, but that's just a small detail. What's really important is the durability. So we normally use this tent with a small, lightweight footprint, which you probably don't have to have a footprint, but I would still use one. It's really durable where it should survive without one, but still, it's always important to have a footprint underneath your tent, so I would still use one. So what's also cool is that there's little windows on the tent. So these guys, you can actually open and close them like little windows. There's still a screen here, but if you want some privacy, you can just close them back up and open them if you want to. And they're on either side. So there's just a few pockets inside this tent, only the ones on the bottom, and then also in the very corners, these guys are pockets as well. So there's also this illuminating pocket on the top. Nemo calls them nightlight pockets. So you put a headlamp in here or like a small lantern and it kind of has that orange glow to it. It's pretty cool. I kind of like it. So as for room, this is definitely still a 4-person tent. 5 would be tight. 6 would be very, very cramped. I think it's possible. Haven't done it. I've only ever slept with me and my girlfriend inside here, and we have had plenty of room. Like, we plan on getting a small table and chairs to use inside here if it's raining or whatever. Lastly, it packs down into this bag right here. We'll pack it up in a second. So now that we have covered all of the features on the tent, here is what I personally think about this tent. First off, it's pretty awesome. I definitely love it. It's huge. I absolutely love the size. Like I said, this is a 4-person tent, and it's probably the biggest 4-person tent I have seen. Nemo definitely exceeded on the idea of this thing being spacious, and when you're inside of it, it feels even bigger than it looks on the outside. The materials feel great. It doesn't seem like Nemo went cheap on anything here, from the rain fly to the screens to the floor to the walls. Everything is very durable. To the window. And the poles as well. The poles are very durable. Like I mentioned before, the floor is very durable. You probably would be okay without a footprint. I would still use one. Nemo sells footprints specifically for this tent for $60 to $70 depending on what size you get. I love that this thing has a vestibule on the front and on the back. It gives you that little extra space where you can put your shoes or your bag or whatever you have, something that you want to keep out of the rain. It's very nice having a vestibule in a non-backpacking style tent. And also the fact that it can be like transformed into an awning is pretty cool too. So in setting this thing up, it's pretty quick with 2 people. It only took us like 8.5 minutes, which is pretty quick for how tall this thing is. If you're one person trying to set this tent up, it's gonna be a struggle. So there's only 2 small issues that I have with this tent, and they're really nothing. There's not very much storage space on the inside. There's only those 2 bottom pockets and the 4 in the corners, and those still aren't even that big. What I'd like to see with a tent like this is kind of like a little loft style kind of thing. It'd make the top of the tent shorter. It wouldn't be as tall, but still it'd be nice to have that little extra storage space. My ultralight 2-person tent basically has the same, if not more, storage than this thing does. Also, when you walk through the 2 doors on the front, it gets a little tight, especially if it had rained the night before. There's water still on the rain fly. You kind of get water on you when you have to like squeeze through the outside of the tent. So if you have the rain fly on, it feels like you're crawling out of a backpacking tent, even though this is a camping tent. So if you are looking for a 4-person camping tent that is very spacious, this is definitely the tent for you. Like I said before, it exceeds the idea of being spacious. All right, that's everything I have to say on the Nemo Aurora Highrise 4-person tent. Let me know what you guys think about this tent. If you guys have any remarks, any questions, leave them in the comment section down below. I would love to read those and hear what you guys have to say. So thank you guys for watching this video. Please leave me a like if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you want to, and I will see you guys in my next video. Peace out. You want to catch the 10? Ready?
No.
You can do it.
Thing's like 20 pounds.
It's like 16. A squared by B squared equals C squared, right? A squared times B squared in a right triangle. A squared times B squared equals C squared, right, everybody? Just
Lord.
But like this thing, blah, blah. What am I trying to say? Depending on what size you get. Nemo sells footprints for Nemo. Now I got freaking. I need some water. Yeah. Gotta. Greta the tittle tattle prattle down about the bitter battle. Okay, I just gotta film the outro and just be like, thank you for watching my video.